have learned how to slow my breathing to the point where I can hear the beat of my heart. It sounds like a drum, and it reminds me of my mother's heart when I was in the womb.
What is the end really like? Is the end a form of the beginning? You know, do we actually, our spirits leave the shell of the body and go back from whence we think we came?
Because I really don't believe Eve gave anybody an apple. You know, she didn't have a gun to Adam's head saying, look, eat this apple or...
And I said, we are normal people.
In Dostoevsky's book Crime and Punishment, crime takes place in first 100 pages. Rest 400 pages is the punishment, which is the main character suffering under a crushing, life-destroying weight of misery at what he has done to himself.
Yes, this was the first and only prison really that I've ever been inside. My impression was that it looked like the place I worked because it was a college. It was Alliance College. And most of the women admit if you have to be in prison, this is a good prison to be in.
This is the day room. It's, unless there's an organized activity or they go to yard, this is about the only time they can come, one of the few places they come out of their rooms and play games and socialize with other inmates. Beyond that, they can go to yard or library, and they talk a lot. A lot of them do knitting and cross stitch, needlepoint, stuff like that. We do have a few books here, not that many, but more available in the library.
Although some of them don't care what it's like, they would rather be in a prison closer to their home so they could have more visits from their family. That's very important to them. But they also reminded me that it doesn't matter what it looks like. You know it's prison. They have possessions. They can buy things at the commissary. They can go to the store, you know, once a month. They get to, I think it's once a month. And they can buy what they need out of the money that they earn. Some might be being paid 25 cents an hour. Some might be up to 42 cents an hour. I mean, it's not a lot. But then in a month's time, maybe you have maybe anywhere from $25 to $42.
They come in here and they get the hands-on training to actually make the pair of glasses.
How long is that training?
Well, depends how much time they have left. Basically, I give them a trade so they can leave instead of get a job outside.
Yeah, myself, I'm a long-termer, and the facilities, what they have to offer us in here, we help ourselves, and our behaviors has something to do with it. It's like changing your way of living for the outside.
We're looking for a room just to show what kind of rooms you have in here.
And this is our space here. We're allowed our trunks there. Those who are on the top bunks, however, have their trunks at the bottom of the bed. We're allowed our rugs in front of our beds. However, where the officer walks, we have to be very careful. We each get our own space here and our own set of 3 shelves, as you'll see, and room for our TVs. And our personal things are allowed up in there. This is used by all of us, okay? All of us can, you know, come out here and prepare. And then as you see, we'll have our own bathroom, sort of like the Holiday Inn.
Melanie, once upon a time, in a warm corner of my heart lived a very special hug. It was saved in my heart, especially for you. Love, because you are someone who means the world to me.
These are my 2 nieces, Cheyenne and Nicole, and my godson Mikey, and his sister Cassidy and brother Ryan.
So it means a lot to you to have these pictures and have...
Yeah.
this video came from the women themselves, from the inmates who were in what they call the Victims Impact Group. They wanted to do something after they do realize and talk about and share, you know, their feelings.
And it's a sad thing to say. We live in a society where violence is sensationalized, and for real, our next generation is very doomed because there are no more role models. But that's the kind of world we live in today. And if we don't make changes, it's going to only get worse. It's never going to get any better. And I think that's why all we're sitting here.
And then when you come here, you know, you don't really want to take this too seriously because it's like playground and stuff, but it's not a playground.
Absolutely not.
People coming into prison now, they're not 30 and 40, they're 15, 16, 18, 19,
Yeah.
they're kids. And they don't realize that you better start caring, you know what I'm saying? This is not a joke up here, you know what I'm saying? They think, because I remember when I first came to prison, people thought it was cool. Or I would go down to the county for court, they'd be like, oh, she's from the state pen, and I was like, and? Oh man, you're from the big house. They really thought that was cool. And I was like, you don't have to realize, I said, I'm doing life. There's nothing cool about that.
I often thought that I wasn't a bad person. It's just that I just did some bad things, you know, and we all make mistakes.
I don't even know who's going to see this, even if only 2 other inmates in another institution see it. At least the word is out. There's nothing in the world, nothing in the universe that needs to cause you to be hidden away or to hide yourself. That's what I would like every person to know.
I just don't think I'm a bad person, and a lot of people had me thinking like that when I first went to prison, that I was a bad person. And me being in the street like I was, I always thought everybody in jail were bad people. You know, when I used to see them put the people on death row and having life sentences, I thought they were all bad. So did my family, until they came up to see me. And my uncles and my sisters and them were saying, well, where are the lifers? You know, they're looking. I said, right along, here they all go. And they're asking me, well, they look like normal people. And I said, we are normal people here.
Make a conscious decision and say, hey, you know, I care about you. I'll do all I can to inspire you, but
Yes.
I can only save Kia.
That's right.
It's not a gift you can give to someone.
No, they have to
I
do it
can
themselves.
only save me. And freedom truly is a state of mind.
It's like, I'm finally free. You may not be physical. To me, there are worse prisons than this could ever be. I believe that. Prisons that keep your emotions and you chained in your mind, that don't allow you to be free, that keep your spirit so dead till you don't know if you're going to come in, to make you lose your mind. To me, those are worse prisons than this can ever be. When it comes to being free, I may not be physically free, but in every other aspect, I am free.
Yeah.
People in Muncie, counselors have said, oh, you'll regress. Everyone does who has life. You'll go up a ladder so high, and then there's no other way to go but down. And I said, I don't think so, and I never look back.
I look up to Miss Berger. They've taught me I've got to know me. They've brought me up. Before I come in here, like I said, I could not read, I could not write. I took another TAB test. The 4 years I've been here too, I've come up, I'm a 5.9. And I was always told, you ain't gonna amount to nothing, you're no good, you're this, you're that. Buddy, I'm gonna tell you what, when I get out of here, I'm gonna be something. I'm going to amount to something. I don't need a man telling me, I know me.
I've never seen a man run with 13 diplomas in his hand down the sidewalk ever in my lifetime, but I saw you do it.
Well, that's exciting.
You know, about 3
It's
or 4
exciting.
years ago.
I like to chase people with their diplomas.
I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. I have come to be able to deal with my accountability. I'm a responsible woman now. I have grown up in the penitentiary. Yes, one day I want to go home, but this is my penitence. This is the consequences of my actions.